Now, you notice not just the first play of the game, but the first two plays of the game, they got 80 in the post-up. Now, even if they're playing in help, you could use that whole thing as a decoy to set up your teammates to get D'Lo open looks, to get Reeves open looks, or even Bron because he's been shooting a lot. So even if you're not going to score yourself, they still need to use that to draw attention. Next play ain't go so good. Got called for the travel, right? But the only reason he traveled right here is because he'll enter the triple threat flat-footed. Tries to get into the spin, but that left foot shifts. The key to being in the triple threat, if you don't want to get called for a travel, is making sure you're on the balls of your feet. By doing so, you're activating your feet muscles, ankles, calves, quads, hammies. Your whole legs are activated, and it even essentially activates your whole body because now you're firm and stable in that one spot. Boom, cooking. Not even all three levels D'Lo be cooking, but peep the setup. Slow, boom, hits that behind the back. The thing with when you go slow, it's going to make the defender think, okay, I could be able to jump out and get ahead of him of what he's about to do. But since you're going slow, you're in more control of what you're about to do. So the second they try to jump out on what you're about to do, you go the other way and get to your counter. Now Clay's in a trailing position, pump fake spin, gets that midi, gets that bucket. Then boom, rolling. Instead of trying to do these short rolls all the time, he's actually getting to the rim and drawing fouls. And so these plays right here, these fouls right here specifically, he's gonna have to get used to if he wants to win these games. Because straight up, you're gonna put him in foul trouble. Because now you're getting fouls, you're playing a set defense. The worst offense isn't playing in transition, and now you don't even have to play transition defense. So it only works out in your favor if you're shooting free throws. And with the free throws, it also makes up that gap that the Lakers have between the Warriors of shooting less threes and making less threes. So, but they started this game out with this Anthony Davis drop, which is just like, it's just so dumb because Anthony Davis don't need to play this drop. His size, his mobility, you're giving Clay clean looks, and if you do this every time, he's gonna cook. Now, boom, here once again, you got D'Lo chasing. He had that other one. Now this one's just even easier. Hand is to the side, ball's in his pocket. He done shot that shot so many times that don't matter if a hand is there, if it's right in his face, if it's right where his release point is, he's still gonna knock it down because at that point, it's just drill work and it's just automatic. Lonnie Walker on the step up, right? Wiggins gets over that cleanly. And now you may say that's on Lonnie Walker for not hitting Wiggins, but that's also on Bron too at the same time because screening is a two-man game. If Bron doesn't set up Wiggins to get hit by the screen, and if Walker's not in the right spot to set that screen, it's not going to go right. It's two negatives, but those negatives won't make a positive. It'll just make another negative. So boom. Bron kind of just stays in the same spot. Walker steps up. LeBron just kind of goes straight ahead over that screen. Ball goes out of bounds. And by the way, make sure you subscribe, like, and turn on notifications because we drop breakdown videos daily. And if you want to catch my breakdowns live, make sure you go hit that link in the description, go follow, and let's get right back to it. You know, Bron's making the right passes, throws a shooter. God damn, it's a mean-ass break. It's the right plays. The defense is all in help. Help comes over once again, kicks out the shooter once again. Shooter misses it. But keep these two misses right here in mind. Now, once again, get downhill, made the right play, kicks to D'Lo, who has the hot hand, and he knocks it down now. And this is great spacing on the fact that you put D'Lo, hold on, let me go back so you can really see it. You got AD on the roller with D'Lo, who's your best shooter and has a hot hand, on the side of the floor that AD is rolling to. So now it forces D'Lo's defender to help on AD, who's rolling, who's such a threat on the roll. And so now you left D'Lo open, he just shakes up. Great spacing. Now, if you as a player, you're able to know where to put your teammates in certain spots, it's going to make the game a lot easier for everybody because it's going to put a lot more pressure on the defense. And if you don't have your first option, now you have your second option, and your second option is the player who's taking that look is best at what they do, which is D'Lo in this situation. Pete Reeves on that weak side. Try to go to that little pin down action. Now they ended up getting that lay, and this is where they started to turn up, get right back into this game. But boom, peep here though. Goes from a down screen. Now he shifts it to a cross screen because Draymond decides to top guard. And so what does this do to Steph? He tags and thinks he has to get back. Draymond got hit with the good screen. I don't know if that was a moving screen actually, but boom. Now AD gets that lay. Now once again, back to that same action. This time with D'Lo. Throws that skip, his AD. Now he hits that midi, but peep this. Peep the timing on that pass by Bron. Same top guard. Throws it to the cross screen. Bron throws that as Wiggs has to tag. So now he's closing out to D'Lo on a hard close. And now he really has to close out hard because D'Lo's a hot hand. So he doesn't want him to shoot a three. So D'Lo catches and goes and attacks. Now he hits AD in that pocket. AD hits that midi. Now Bron began to get, I think this was his first made field goal of the game, right? But it's a matter of time before this spin move by Bron gets patched, bro. If y'all did not peep, this is a travel. Unfortunately, Bron's been spamming it. Hops on the same foot twice in a row, and the pickup comes before he gets into those 2 steps. So it's a matter of time before it gets patched, bro. How long do y'all give it, bro? How long, bro? Don't patch it quite yet. Allow him to finish this playoff run. Please, just let him finish the playoff run. Don't peep it, and then patch it after the season. Because Bron's going to have to find a new go-to move. You can see Bron coming through a lane and Euro stepping, because now he can't do that spin move no more. Now Bron in the post. This is where I like to see Bron. But in terms of that outcome. But if you're going to turn the ball over, this is exactly what you have to do. You turn the ball over, you make sure you get back. Because at the end of the day, your teammates are going to help you out. They're going to get back too. But if you're just going to sit back, be the person who turned the ball over, and let your teammates do the work, what are you doing? You're the one who ended up turning it over at the end of the day. So you should be trying to get that ball back as much as the offense wants to score, and as hard as, or even harder than, the teammates who are playing defense and getting back for you. He got stripped here. Sprints back. He ain't get the block though. But you see Bron in your peripheral, and you begin to get scared a little bit, and you kind of rush it, and you smoke it back to the paint, and still does what he has to do. People, this whole action is deceptive. So peep Austin Reeves though. I'm gonna break it down from the start. Reeves goes down, right? Gets on his right side, and so Wiggins is anticipating a flare screen. Now so is Steph. And so on this flare, Wiggins may be able to get through it, or they may just switch it. So they're anticipating the flare, and Wiggins tries to step out right there. So now he steps out right, and Reeves comes up to that inside as Wiggins begins to go that way. So now he has a better angle. D'Lo gets to that handoff. And now Steph is confused because he thought it was a flare screen, but now it was just the cross screen to get to a handoff. Great action by LA. Then boom, D'Lo, boom right here. Crafty lay. Left on the right side, going right. That's tough. Peep it. Boom, going right. Left. What? Come on, man. Going right. You got to find a way to be crafty if you're undersized or if you're just disadvantaged as a hooper. We're going. AD's activity. AD's activity, that's the key. Playing up there and prevents Clay from taking that shot. Got back, allowed Vandal to do what he do, but who messed up right there was Clay himself. You see AD come up over here, and you know he's not going to switch. He's just going to hedge this, and he's going to end up getting back. So the second that AD begins to leave, you have a gap to now get into the paint, and you don't have to score over Anthony Davis. You can now just make a play. So instead of taking that dribble backwards, you go and attack, because AD leaving opens up another lane for you to go and attack and make a play. Now Bron, once again, post up. Please post Bron up more if you want to win. The attention that he'll get is big time, whether he's scoring or he's passing. Now this forces DiVincenzo to sit in the paint for 3 seconds because he's so worried about Bron in the post. This is gravity. You got to utilize your gravity. Anytime you have gravity off something that you don't have to run actions for, that shit's going to be able to take you far. The way the Warriors sold this game is insane, bro. But although Anthony Davis been getting these blocks and whatnot, been controlling the paint, where he could still improve though is his off-ball defending. Instead of being in a position right here where he's kind of just dropped back, not focused on what's going on, you see all these screens at the top. This is Golden State's split action, so you know something's gonna go on. So Anthony Davis just needs to have some active hands.
I never had that where we had non-shooters.
Peep this by Vando, right? If you're a non-shooter, set a screen for your shooters. Because say in a situation right here where you got somebody else stepping out, or if 2 even go out because they're now so worried about the shot going up, you may have opportunity to slip to the rim and get a layup. Play to the strengths of your teammates, and don't try to be so selfish saying, oh, I need to get the shot up, I need to do this, I need to do that. Just do what you need to do to be able to put pressure on the defense and put yourself in positions where your teammates are at their best and where you yourself are also at your best. That's an insane missed dunk. Intimidator Hall of Fame, bro. Oh my gosh, bro. I didn't think I'll see 2K come to life. That's literally a 2K animation, bro. Boom, gets a handout on Clay. Contested that, got the miss. And by getting those misses right there, it's going to prevent him from being able to make those clean looks like this right here. So all because you may just say, oh, I missed this one, but I'm going to contest on the next one. that first one might have already given his rhythm, so that he takes that second one and that hand that you put up doesn't even matter. So Anthony Davis got to consistently be up in these curls, in these handoffs, and all these actions, so that he can't be able to even see one go through. It makes it even harder for him to see one go through. Curry tried to do all the cheesing he wants, but AD still got the block, bro. But even though he got that block as a paint defender, that's going to happen every now and then, bro. You're going to get dunked on, but are you going to allow the dunk to dictate how well you're going to perform the next play? Are you going to allow it to change your actions and how hard you play? Or are you going to just know that it's a part of the game, and the next time you go down, you still going to play just as hard? But peep this by Wiggins, though. What really allowed Wiggins to get this dunk right here is peep that off arm. He just shielded AD right off, and that's all he needed to prevent AD from going forward and allow him to continue to go into his side, and now he got that poster, bro. Right there from that off arm. It's minimal contact. A lot of players get it confused. They're like, oh, I can't even extend my arm out a little bit. But if it's minimal, if it's not overextended, if it's not excessive, it ain't going to be called. So use it to your advantage, but be careful. Then boom, D'Lo gets a turnover, right? But then Bron hustles all the way back off his teammate's turnover. That's what you got to do as a teammate. Even though your teammate may have made a mistake, you've got to help make up for their mistakes. Because at the end of the day, their mistake is essentially also your mistake. Because how it'll hurt them in the outcome of the game, it'll also hurt you. That little sprint right there, that little burst, that shit get you tired as hell. Got to sit right back down. And then boom, you seen all these hustle plays, right? Bron hustling, AD hustling, making all these rotations on defense. So if you're playing with so much effort that you got to call for a sub, so be it. That's how hard you should play. That's how much effort you should give, that you have to call for a sub. So don't try to hold yourself back saying, oh, I don't want to get too tired. I don't want to pace myself. You can't pace yourself. Give all the effort that you got. If you need a sub, you're going to ask for a sub. Look how tired he is, bro. Head down, barely talking, breathing as hard as he can. That three-pointer was way worse than the layup. That three-pointer that he had bricked off the whole other side of the backboard, bro. That's tough. That shit was bad. All right, but what was worse, bro? What was worse? That layup by Schroeder, that three he bricked early on, and that layup by Draymond. Draymond runs away with this one right here, bro. Draymond runs away with this. Anthony Davis turned his whole head. He was like, boom, I'm going to get to my bag. Boom, spin move. I think I'm Bron. Smoke. Man, fuck that, bro. Cue it.
He shot the food. What? He shot the food.
Watch how mad they gonna get. Watch. Then boom, 80 with that lob. But peep this though. Peep this. If you're gonna go slip on the screen, just go lightly touch the defender. Don't really try to hit him or nothing. Don't really nudge him. Just touch him a little bit, just so they know that you're there and they think that a screen is gonna happen. So now they're gonna adjust how they're defending because they think a screen is there. But if it's not, then you're gone. You're already rolling. The player in the drop is already trying to get back, but you already got behind him. You get the lob. Yeah, it gets bad, Cap. Now you remember those missed threes Schroeder had early on in the game? Came back and now he hit 3 in the second half. So now is this approach by Bron giving everybody else shots strategic so now they can hit shots later on in the game? Possibly, but only in time we'll see if Bron can activate that next level.